Welcome to Sports Card Show. ZiggyNo back with another video. In this video, we're going to look at the Altan Insights Collectibles report. I believe this was funded or had something to do with Collectible. I think I found it on Collectible's weekly reports, and I did get a download of this. I'm going to be sharing this report with you. So please like, comment, subscribe, or go ahead and jump into the report. I'll be sharing that with you next. Let's go. I will leave a link below to the Altan Insights website. You can go and download a copy of this report. You have lots of general information. It seems they're giving the report out for free. You can also get background on where the report came from, how they designed it, the authors, and so forth. I did reach out to the authors in email and asked if they would be willing to come on the Sports Card Show to talk about it. I have not heard back, and I hope that they will accept my offer. Let's go ahead and break down the report. So did get this. I'm not going to go through all these sections, okay? You can do that yourself. I'm going to focus on what's of interest to me. Sports cards. If you know memorabilia, I'm probably going to hit on NFTs and comic books. Those are the areas that are of interest to me. Let's go ahead here. First, I thought it was interesting. They are using a index, which again is a fractional sports card index, and they're using the card ladder modern and vintage indexes. Now, you know I am not a fan of card ladder indexes. I think they're very biased. I'll just leave it at that. So it shocks me that these guys would use them as their indexes in this report. To me, I think that kind of hurts their value of credibility. I would question the authors on why they chose those indexes and if they even understand the background of those indexes. But that's not neither here nor there. But I did think it's interesting those were chosen in this report. There are references to the PWCC report, and they're also using the S&P 500. I have some comments about recessions and so forth, market commentaries, and the mantle being sold. So very recent report. I thought what was interesting here to take away market outlook and what to watch for. They talk about the mantle. They talk about goats maybe coming to settling in the market after being battered since to the late 2020 prices. I still think they're overpriced personally. That's my personal opinion. Tax harvesting I thought was very interesting. I also thought it's interesting their comments on flips and flippers. I do think, though, we could see some people getting squeezed as prices go down, margin calls on accounts. A lot of these vaulted guys have used money or cash from their vaulted values, and they're being kind of margin called on that. It does seem they're not very, they keep an eye on recent turnover relative to cards population and get a feel for extent of which are likely the sellers have exited. So it seems cautious is my read from this, which I think is very good. Memorabilia. They have some references here to some top sales, some big numbers, right? But they do have some, some cautionary warnings. There would be a lot, the delineation in value between significant pieces and more pedestrian offerings is likely to grow, right? So I think their point there is you can see a lot of stuff going to market, a lot of memorabilia, a lot of autographed memorabilia, a lot of grand use, but there'll be certain pieces that really are unique. For example, I heard about the Black Sox baseball being found in a time capsule. Very unique piece. Aaron Judge football or baseball that he hits, whatever the final home run, very unique. Everett Pujols, sorry, those pieces I think will be unique. But I think if you have another jersey, it's not going to have the same value as you've seen in the past. That's kind of my takeaway. Fine art, wine and spirits. You guys check these out. Luxury, NFTs. I thought this was really interesting. Look at this market space. 74% in the fractional NFT index. Ouch. In the blue chip NFT index, 58%. And then ETH itself is down 57%. Ziggy, pay attention to the numbers. Tracking Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they're also tracking CryptoPunk. And you can see the CryptoPunk is problem. Bored Ape Yacht Club is still doing pretty well as well. One of the takeaways, they kind of are concerned, and I'd say I don't say negative, but very cautionary on the market. They do make the reference. One bright spot: Doodles recently announced a $54 million fundraise. Now, I do think you are going to see some projects rise from NFT ashes in the future, and I do think people are going to understand the value and how to use NFTs. Last one, sneakers. I thought I'll just take a quick stop here. Sneakers were impacted by the global supply chain, which is very, very interesting. Another thing that caught my attention: look at this StockX and Nike lawsuit loom over the space. Did you guys know about this? Talk about StockX and Luber and how great he is, and how he's a genius and he's going to change sports cards. Well, he's not. But the company apparently had some little beef with Nike. I mean, again, he created an interesting marketplace, but he didn't create any intellectual property that I'm aware of. It's StockX. Comic books, market outlook. I think it's interesting here because they talk about some of the recent highs, but they also talk about, the category did slow, values weakened during the Great Recession before an incredible resurgence in 2010. I like comic books, but I've always said my big challenge with them is I want to enjoy comic books. You can enjoy a card because you can look at both sides and read it or whatever, and it's there ready, flip it or whatever. Comic book is sealed. And I think that is something that just really changes. It's kind of like a sealed book. I can't read the book. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this insight into here we go, Altan Insights. Here are the authors. Again, I did send an email out. Maybe we'll hear back from them. The contact. I should send direct ones out as well. I think I'll try that as well. Maybe Steve will get some response back, guys. Thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe.